Testing 1, 2, 3. Good morning and hello. It is Friday, the 5th of April. It's 11 a.m. I am back again. Thank the Lord. It is Friday. I hope you're all doing well. The usual crowd are in. Mags is here. Hidden Agendas. Velvet Rope. Diablaski. Tataland is here. There is plenty of people saying hello in chat. I'm not going to be able to read you all out, unfortunately. But I hope you are all doing well. Mo is here. Anne is here. Welcome to you all. What are we going to go through today? Well, we're going to go through, is this the final dip before the halving? The halving is in 15 days' time. 2 weeks tomorrow. The halving happens. We've waited for this for at least the last 6 or 7 months, and it's finally going to happen on April the 20th. We are that close. Have we seen the final dip? We're going to have a look at the Bitcoin chart. We haven't got a Bitcoin news article today, so we're just going to have a very quick look at the chart. Before we begin, though, can we please ask you to like and subscribe to Crypto Warehouse? Smash the like, the follow, the subscribe button. Whatever you've got in front of you, please press it for us. Bottom right-hand corner, my target is still 74,000. I'm sticking with that target. We will be there sooner rather than later. Bottom left-hand corner, 116,500 followers. It is ticking up every day. Make sure we're trying to get to 200,000 by the end of the year. If you can help us, that would be great. So today we're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at XRP launching its own stablecoin. The top 10 coins to hold before the bull run begins. Do I agree with them? I'm going to let you know. The layer 2 market being worth $1 trillion. True or false? We'll have a look at that. FANTOM, and then finally Zeus went live yesterday. Token went live yesterday. We're going to cover that. And then final thoughts if we have any time. Remember, we try and do the show within an hour. We don't drag this out. We try and get you as much news in the shortest time possible. So without further ado then, let's have a look at the markets. I did say yesterday that Bitcoin was going to go in one of two directions. And one of those directions wasn't going to be crabbing. I said we would go up. Brogan said, same thing. Brogan said we were going to go down to 62.5. I thought we were going to go to 68 and change. It was a toss of a coin who got that right yesterday. We were on a knife edge. Today we're at 67,100. Market cap is coming in at 2.51 trillion. Volume is still under 100 billion, but only just. Market dominance. Bitcoin, just making sure my eyes haven't deceived me. Bitcoin has shot up to 52.8% Bitcoin dominance. Ethereum has fallen just a tad. So Ethereum has dropped significantly since yesterday. It's down under $3,300. Gainers then, what is up? Pendle is up massively, 24%. Pendle is an unusual project. I might be making a video about it. The way that it generates yield for you is slightly unique. It's not got a huge market cap at the minute. It's outside the top 50. It could have another run. Not condoning or supporting or praising the project until I've made the video. Mantle is up a touch. Ethereum Classic, for some strange reason, is up just a touch. eCash and Toncoin are all up. Still don't believe that Toncoin market cap is real, but there we go. Losers then. Core is pulling back. Wormhole is pulling back. Dog with Hat. Jupiter, Aptos, Lido, Solana, all having huge pullbacks. That $1.31 for Jupiter is a good price. The second round of voting will begin at some point in the next couple of weeks. Holding those tokens gives you access to airdrops. The airdrop yesterday on Zeus was worth $110 to me. That was about 5% of my Jupiter stack. So it was a good return on that. Dog with Hat, again, 3.3 billion. It's got to come down from where it is. If we very quickly go and have a look, this coin should not have got as high as it got. I think it was way overvalued. I did say at the time it was overvalued. When it went over $4, I actually thought that people had started to go insane. And again, CoinMarketCap never works for me during a live stream. So when we got all the way up to $4.75 at the end of the of March. I mean, it was insanity. We're down 50% from that all-time high. It's never a $4.5 billion coin in a million years. However, this is a healthy retracement. I'll read that out in a second. It's a healthy retracement. I'm not expecting that decline to end anytime soon. I do think it's going to come down a lot further. And I think that's pretty much it for the gainers and losers. Anything else in the flow key is down. That's a big dump for Solana, by the way. 7% in 24 hours is a big shakeout of Solana. But if you've been listening to me for a while, I do think a $200 plus Solana is overvalued at this stage in the market. But that, as always, is my personal opinion and not obviously financial advice. So lots of losers, which would explain why Bitcoin's dominance has shot up. Let's go and have a look at a few of these X-Files. So Fran, coffee check, crypto warehouse check, all ready for a nice morning. I hope so. It's Friday. I'll try and go a little bit slower on a Friday, but it never seems to work. I'm just constantly on at the same speed. So, Hut8 Mining CEO, supply shortages on exchanges are driving the largest banks to reach out about buying Bitcoin just in time for the halving. Again, don't sell these financial institutions your Bitcoin for $68,000. Don't sell it to them for $70,000. Don't do it. They want your Bitcoin. They want to shake you out. They want to empty your pockets before the bull run starts, because nobody really knows where the price of Bitcoin is going to go. 100, 200, 300, 500,000 by the end of the bull run. I don't know, but I know we're going to go a lot higher than where we are. Don't sell your Bitcoin to Fidelity and BlackRock. Don't do it. If they really are reaching out to the miners, then this is a huge worry for the banks, because they don't know where they're going to get the supply of Bitcoin from. Remember, there's only 450 Bitcoin a day being made at this moment in time. Sorry, 900 a day at this moment in time, 450 from April the 20th. 450 Bitcoin a day, and they can't get access to it. They're starting to worry. You just need to sit back and make them sweat. Breaking news, which we're going to cover in the article. Ripple announces plans to launch a USD-backed stablecoin natively on the XRP ledger and on Ethereum. Massive news, which we're going to go through. And again, for those of you out there that have been fading Cardano, fading Ripple for the last couple of weeks, couple of months, their time will come. Now, this is what I've just been talking about. The Bitcoin ETFs bought 1,315 Bitcoin Monday to Wednesday, including GBTC selling. Do the maths. Bitcoin mined in April so far, 3,600. Bitcoin bought by the ETFs in the first 3 days, 1,315. Bitcoin bought by Mr. 100, 2,267. 18 Bitcoin left for the market. 18 for everybody else. This is unsustainable. It cannot continue at this rate. At some point in the next 2 or 3 years, either the price has to go up or the buying has to reduce. But this cannot continue. And that's what I'm trying to explain every day. I sound like a stuck record every day. We don't have enough Bitcoin. When you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror, say to yourself, there is not enough Bitcoin in the world. That should be the first thing you say to yourself. And the second thing you say to yourself is, I need to get a coffee before I go and watch Crypto Warehouse. Second thing you need to say. So this is again a A sorry tale, let's put it at that. So a Solana trader bought $10,000 worth of WIF at the early stage, but sold them for $5,000 3 days later. Today, his bag would have been worth $156 million. A sorry tale indeed. And again, this is not a rags to riches story. This is a rags to rags story, because with meme coins, toss of a coin, roll of a dice, you don't know what's going to happen. I've made a video today about a micro cap meme coin called ABBLE, ABBLE. It gets a 99 out of 99 DEX T-score. It has a market cap of 10 or 11 or 12 million dollars. I am not paid to talk about the coin, that's why I'm not going to talk about it in too much depth. But I said the same thing in the video. This coin could go to $1 million market cap and lose 90% of its value in the next week, or it could go to $300 or $400 million. Nobody knows. That's the point. This trader who sold out, look at the period of time that he would have to have waited. From December 2023 to March, the coin did nothing. Is he expected to hold on to this coin? I don't think he is. This is not a bad trader. He bought, the coin didn't move, he sold. Very simple. You could say this about anybody that's bought any coin. You could say this about the guy who sold his Bitcoin at $10. It's impossible to tell the future. And these are sorry tales, yes. But again, he could have put $10,000 into WIF and lost $9,990. It's a gamble, and that's what you have to understand about meme coins. The people who are lucky are lucky. You cannot tell me that somebody who bought Bonk or Pepe when it first started, you cannot tell me they knew that that was going to become a $3 billion coin. They rolled their dice. They probably bought 1,000 other meme coins, and this one in particular took off. That's the gamble that you take. So just be aware that you will see examples of this where people have made $20 million. They've made $1 million. They've made $2 million in 24 hours. It's just the way it works. Now, I'm going to get rid of Brogan's hieroglyphs and replace them with my chart. Again, this isn't really anything. I'm just going to check in on Bitcoin and see where we are. This is what we predicted on the show yesterday. These lovely little drawings. I said that the price would go up. Brogan said the price would come down. And I, on this occasion, was lucky and I won, even though he was not aware that there was a competition. But what was interesting, look where we came up to. This was the line I said Bitcoin needed to come up to, which is just under 69.5. We touched 69.4. So 69.5, 69.4. I think that's a moral victory. I don't think. What's $100 between friends? What's $100 between friends? Tariq spends that on Litecoin every day. Exactly. So that's where we are with the price. We've come back down. Now, these two lines that we have drawn, these are kind of resistance and support levels. So we need to break 69.5. We need to use 66.7 as support. That's all I'm reading into this chart. As long as we stay above 66.7, we might have another run at 69. But this, again, I was talking to Brogan about this yesterday. The problem is that all of this here is the ETF factor. This is ETFs gobbling up all of the Bitcoin. So when you're trying to work out what's going on in price action and the charts and everything else, you know, you look at the, if we go back to the daily to kind of show you where I am with this, I look at the RSI level and I think every time the RSI level dips, the price will go up. RSI level dipped, the price went up. That's all I do. Now, the ETFs could come in today and buy $400 or $500 million of Bitcoin. and we will be there. It's nothing to do with price action. It's nothing to do with the charts. And this is the problem for traders at the minute. We're seeing an awful lot of traders getting wrecked. Wrecked to the upside, wrecked to the downside. Not because they're bad traders, but because these ETFs are so unpredictable. We know about the grayscale sell-off, but we didn't know about the grayscale sell-off until it happened. We don't know when the grayscale sell-off is going to end. It could be today, could be yesterday. We don't know. And that affects the price more than a trader can see with the price action. And that's the issue. It's not that they're bad. It's not that they don't know what they're doing. We can use the charts to give us an indication of where we're going. What I'm saying is Monday to Friday at 3 or 4 p.m. or 5 or 6 p.m., when these whales, these ETFs come in and just gobble up all the Bitcoin, we don't know whether it's going to gobble up all the Bitcoin and have no sell pressure, at which point we do that. We don't know whether they're going to open and dump $100 million onto the market, at which point we do that. It's breaking the market at the minute, and that's the problem that a lot of people have got with trying to look at the markets and trying to give us an indication of where we're going to go. Remember, we had people telling us we were going to 52 and 57,000. We've not gone to 52 or 57,000. We've got people telling us we're going to be at 85,000. We're nowhere near that. So it's very difficult to follow the path, and all you can really do is hold your cards and wait it out, because at some point the price is going to go up and we are going to see a 80,000, 90,000, potentially even $100,000 Bitcoin in the very near future. And the one question I'm going to answer on that, is this the final dip? I think so. I don't think we're going to go below 62,000 before the halving. I don't think we're going to go above 75,000 before the halving. But I'm going to be wrong. Brogan, I think, has given me a prediction of 90. There's a bull pennant. I think he said that we could be at 90,000 by April the 20th. He could very well be right. So XRP then. This is massive news. I don't care what people tell you about XRP. I don't care what people tell you online about XRP. XRP is going to be a mega unicorn. They are going to be one of the financial powerhouses of the next 10 or 15 years, irrespective of the price action, irrespective of how centralized it is, irrespective of whether you like Brad Garlinghouse or not. We are going to see a rip like no other in XRP. Good morning, Nino. Welcome to the stream. The issue is that XRP doesn't move. I've said it before. There's still the court case from the SEC outstanding. Institutional investors will not touch a coin that has outstanding litigation against it. Fact. But that doesn't stop XRP from building, whether it be via the XRPL protocol, whether it be by introducing DeFi, NFTs, whether it be talking to Bolivia and other countries about creating their own central bank digital currencies. Now they're going to launch a stablecoin. How can anybody be bullish on XRP? Yet they are. Why are they? Because they are impatient. They want to see Solana runs where XRP is at $8. They've listened to people tell them that XRP is going to be $689. Every coin has its own race, and some races are longer and more complex and more fruitful than others. Solana will pump because of meme coins, because of the mobile phone, because of the sexiness of the chain. XRP will pump because it's going to generate millions and billions in revenue over the next 10 years. But nobody wants to wait that long, so people fade it. That's my opinion on XRP. And I know it's not a true cryptocurrency. I know it's not decentralized like Bitcoin. I know all of these things. And yes, 4 years ago, I was not a fan of XRP. But I have to admit, when I am wrong, and XRP is going to be a unicorn. So they are launching a stablecoin. And this person believes in the grand scheme of things, XRP's usefulness is dwindling. Well, who wrote this? Daniel Kuhn, you have no idea what you are talking about. The Ripple stablecoin expected later this year will apparently be backed one-to-one by cash equivalents, including US dollar deposits, US government bonds, and other low-risk investments, according to the company's announcement. Now, remember yesterday we spoke about Athena. Athena has just announced it's going to start holding Bitcoin as an asset. I am never going to like Athena. I am never going to like what they're going to do. It gives me a shiver every time I think about it because it reminds me of UST. And in a bull run, Athena is going to pump. But Athena could be the black swan of 2026, 2027. I'm never going to like it. I don't care what the market cap gets to. I don't care where it goes. It shouldn't be paying 67% APR on a stable coin. It's nonsense. So back to XRP. The idea is reportedly to create a more trustworthy alternative to assets like Tether and Circle. Many others. Where's it gone? The $150 billion stable coin market is crowded. It's not crowded. Again, who's written this article? What's he talking about crowded? There's 3 or 4 real big stable coins. There's plenty of room in this market for 5, 6, 8, 10 stable coins. We want more stable coins because stable coins allow you to diversify your risk. If we have PayPal, Circle, Tether, XRP, all with their own stable coin, it takes the burden of responsibility off one stable coin like Tether. Again, nonsense. It is lucrative because, of course, they earn their yields from government bonds. As we spoke about, Tether has just bought, was it $500 million worth of Bitcoin last quarter. So it is lucrative. What is wrong with this guy? Essentially being used as a cash cow to fund Paolo Ardonio's many wild ambitions. This guy needs a reality check. In many ways, Ripple's existing business model, selling financial services based around its XRP ledger, as well as on-demand liquidity and Ripple network protocols, is falling short. Ripple has seen some success forming partnerships. It seems increasingly clear legitimate financial institutions do not want to take on the volatile currency risks of working with unpegged digital assets. This is a hit piece. It's utter nonsense. Ripple's decade-plus history, it is often better building community and being a crypto cause. It's been less successful at building products companies and individuals actually want to use. Indeed, I mean, we don't have to go any further than looking at banking integrations and seeing that they've included the XRP protocol in the banking legislation and literature around the world to see that Ripple hasn't made a single dent in banking, or look at South America and how it's moving over there, or look at the fact that America is blocking XRP because it wants to accuse it of being a security, even though they've lost the court case. But sure, Stefan, you have your position. Nobody's using XRP itself as the method of payment, just like nobody's really using Bitcoin for it. Columbia business professor and Paxos stable fund manager Austin Campbell said in a message, of course, it's not totally true. Diameter Pay CEO David Lighton said he partnered with Ripple on an early pilot experiment of XRapid to send remittances between the US and the Philippines. Remember, XRP is not meant to be the currency. XRP is meant to be the protocol that cross-border payments are sent through. When XRP has 10 or 20 central bank digital currencies on its books, when it has its own stable coin, what we really need to do is reach out to Stefan and see if his opinion changes. Or Daniel, sorry. We need to reach out to Daniel and see if his opinion changes. I have problems with people called Daniel, and I don't know why. There's some brilliant ideas behind stablecoins. The problem is no one is really sure how to regulate them, Lighton said. He mentioned that PayPal has allowed remittances through its PUSD stablecoin on its Western Union-like platform Zoom, which might be an avenue that Ripple goes down. This is a very lengthy article. Ripple's soon-to-be competitor Circle, issuer of the second largest stablecoin, went through a number of corporate reevaluations, going from a peer-to-peer payments platform to a Bitcoin wallet before it landed on the stablecoin business. Maybe that is the natural crypto life cycle. This utter nonsense. Doesn't know his elbow from his backside. Daniel, I'm sure we can go and contact him and ask him why he has these opinions, but I'm sure it's because they've been paid by Tether and Circle to publish those opinions, because don't forget, not all news is unbiased. A lot of news is biased. There he is. Let's have a look at him. Maybe we should reach out and ask him why he has written this piece. He looks like he's about 12. Okay, let's have a look at the XRP chart and see what we think. We had a minor pump in the price, which was yesterday. It went all the way up, almost touched. Again, let's get rid of Brogan's hieroglyphs. There we go. So price came all the way up to 74 cents way back in March. Yesterday, it pumped all the way up to 62 cents and it fell back down again. Now, the issue for XRP at this moment in time, if we've seen here, it is stuck below its support band. That's never a good sign. However, as I keep pointing out, if you go back over a prolonged period of time, XRP is still holding this support line. It's almost 2 years XRP has been moving up in value. 2 years ago, XRP was at 28 cents. It is now at 58 cents. It keeps breaking this 72 cent line. This is the line that XRP has to take and hold. 3 occasions in July, November, and March this year, it's broached that line and it's come straight back down. There is going to come a point in the near future where this line crosses 71 cents. And at some point, XRP is going to do that. It is a matter of time. This is not a project to fade. This is not a project necessarily to go and put all of your bags into. I'm not saying you should just go and dump everything into XRP. What I'm saying is that when you read a piece like that, which FUDs XRP, then not only FUDs XRP, goes out and FUDs the CEO of Tether, then FUDs Circle. You've got to ask yourself, what frame of mind was that individual in to go after stablecoins? Why is he going after stablecoins? It is a lucrative market, but I don't believe that Paolo's ideas of decentralization and AI are a bad idea. I do believe that they make $2 or $3 billion a year in revenue and profits. PayPal, he doesn't appear to go after. So is there a reason he's not going after PayPal, but is going after Circle and Tether and now XRP? It sounds, in my opinion, like a hit piece, and a piece that's been written by somebody who happens to have a slight bias towards one company over another. And that is a dangerous way for a journalist to act. And that's why I'm very anti people that have opinions like that. Now then, let's move swiftly on. Crypto Expert releases a list of top 10 altcoins to buy for maximum profit in the bull market. You're going to see a lot of these over the next couple of months. Buy this coin to see a 10x gain. Buy this coin to 1000x. We'll go through them and I'll give you my honest, unbiased opinion on what I think of these coins. Because remember, not all coins the same. Some will do a lot better in the bull market than others. So, Crypto Expert Michael van der Pope. We like Michael van der Pope on here. He's a very sensible individual. He has repeatedly stated that altcoins are still greatly undervalued heading into the bull run. I would agree with him. There are a lot of altcoins that are undervalued. There are some that are overvalued, however, as well. I do think that $170 Solana is better than a $210 Solana at this stage of the market. I also think BNB, Cardano, XRP, and some of the other coins in the top 20 are wholly undervalued. And that's just the way it is. Some coins move outside of other coins. Now, he's given his list of 10. I'm more inclined to believe this list of 10 than I am to believe Daniel Kuhn when he talks about stable coins. So in a post, he's put together these lists. Now, top of his list is Chainlink. Couldn't agree more. Again, I like people who can see the value in coins that aren't necessarily the sexy ones. Chainlink, for me, we talked about it on this channel before. This is going to be a good one in the bull run, in my opinion. It is one of these ones that ranges quite a lot. It will get to a certain price and it will range. So it will range between $16 and $21. It will range between $8 and $12, as it has done in the past. So Chainlink, totally agree. Celestia, again, I've said this before, Celestia does also have a range between $14 and $20. If you buy around the $14 mark, you can sell at the $20 mark. It retraces, it goes back up, traces, it goes back up. Celestia, for me, yeah, okay, I could see it having a good bull run. The issue that I've got with Celestia, my only issue is that a lot of people are farming airdrops on Celestia. And when those airdrops run out, is that going to affect the price of Celestia? So yes. Arbitrum, yeah, I would agree with Arbitrum. Arbitrum and Optimism for me. Bullish on both of them. Issue with Arbitrum now is, of course, it has more of its maximum supply swilling around than it did 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. So getting back to $2 and moving up is going to be a bit difficult for it at this stage. Polkadot, I'm never going to like Polkadot because of Gavin Wood. Go and do some research on Gavin Wood. So I'm never going to promote Polkadot. DYDX, yes, I agree with that. Woo, I don't know enough about Woo to say yes or no to Woo. Say, however you want to call it, yes. New chain, lots of activity, lots of airdrop farming again, but I can see it doing quite well in this bull run. Now, Scale and Covalent, I've not done enough research on them on whether I would agree with him on those two. But out of his top 10, I would say C, definitely. DYDX, definitely. Arbitrum, yes. Celestia, yes. Chainlink, yes. So I agree with the majority of his coins. I think most coins are going to do well. Some coins are going to do better than others. That's the way to look at it. In this bull run, everybody's going to think the Warren Buffet. Everyone's going to go out and buy an AI coin for $1. And at the end of the bull run, that might be worth $15 and they'll sell. People will then think, I am God's gift to trading. In the bear market, the opposite happens and you get existential crises where the price, no matter what happens, just continues to go down over 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Then it will have a small relief rally, then it will continue to go down for another 6 months, and no matter what you do, you will lose on your alts. That's why people like Ben Cowan talk about switching at the end of the bull run, switching everything to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin falls by a lesser amount than everything else. If you think Bitcoin will go down 60% in a bear market, altcoins can go down 95, 99%. And then when they've gone down 90%, you think it can't go any lower, it will go down another 50%. It's just the way they work. So I agree with them. I think that's a very decent list. I'm sure if you held all 10 of those tokens, you're going to do well in the bull run. So fair play to him. And it's a good bit of content to go through as well. It's already 11:34. Where does the time go? Where does the time go? Right. VanEck predicts $1 trillion valuation for Layer 2 tokens by 2030. So Layer 2 tokens, they are tokens of projects that sit on top of Layer 1s. So Ethereum is a Layer 1. Optimism, Arbitrum, Matic, or Polygon should I say, they are Layer 2s. They sit on top of Ethereum. They combine the transactions together and deposit them to Ethereum it helps Ethereum. They help Ethereum process transactions. Layer 2s exist on other chains as well, but the most noticeable ones are on Ethereum. So VanEck believes that the Layer 2 market alone will be worth $1 trillion. This is due to the intense competition in the space, and it remains generally bearish on the long-term value prospects for most Layer 2s. I'm not sure I would be overly bearish on most Layer 2s, but we'll go through it and see what they think. Is applying the free cash flow multiple of 25 to its projections of future cash flows, assuming a 60% market share of the Ethereum ecosystem smart contract. The cash flow estimates were derived from forecasting transaction revenues and maximal extraction value for the Layer 2 networks. VanEck head of digital assets research Matthew Siegel and senior investment analyst Patrick Bush cite the proliferation of cutthroat competition amongst Layer 2s, claiming that the network effect was the only moat in this instance. Let's get down to some nitty-gritty names then, shall we? They analysed 46 networks for its Layer 2 market valuation, assessing factors such as transaction pricing, developer user experiences, etc. And of course, Dencom slashed all of the fees for Layer 2s 2 or 3 weeks ago. That is the only Layer 2s of any worth at this moment in time are the three that I've mentioned: Arbitrum, Optimism, and Polygon. There are a few others. There is, of course, the gaming ones, and there's going to be DeFi ones along the way. I get all of that. But for me, Arbitrum, Optimism, and Matic are the ones that I would hold on to. The reason is, and I said this a few weeks ago, what happens when these projects run out of money? What happens when the runway expires? Does the plane take off? Does it go crashing into the sea? That's the issue with a lot of projects. You'll see, we're going to talk about Zeus in a minute. Zeus have got an $8 million investment announcement that they came out with yesterday. What happens to the Zeus network when the $8 million runs out? Does it get a seed round number 3? Does it get another investment? Or does it fade into dust and become a zombie chain? That's the issue. So despite the bullish valuation, VanEck's analysts believe that Layer 2s are currently trading more on speculation of long-term value than current revenue dynamics. That I would agree with. That's why I would stick to Arbitrum, Optimism, and Matic. Of the three, for me, Polygon is the number one Layer 2. And that, in terms of where we will be in 5 or 10 years' time, I would hold Polygon over every other chain. The same way I would hold Chainlink over every other oracle. Their market dominance, not necessarily in terms of just numbers, but in terms of the contacts they've made, their real-world applications. When the money, when these funding rounds dry up, you're going to see a lot of these coins you've invested in going to the wall. And that's just the way it happens. Economic cycles, expansion, contraction. We are going to go through a period in the next 2 years of expansion. That's when you need to be taking profits. Because come 2026, 2027, when there's a pullback, some of these chains are just going to run out of money. And it's a simple fact. They're going to run out of money, and they're going to be huge projects with huge teams, and they are going to be stuck. Where's the money coming from? So another reason to take profits in the next 2 to 3 years is, for me, some of these chains are going to die or merge. That's the other option that they've got. Now, FANTOM, for me, is not the greatest chain in the world. It's got really cool names. What they call the platform, what they call their DeFi, what they call their... it's really cool. I like ghosts and all that kind of nonsense. But that doesn't mean it's going to be a good chain. And FANTOM, for me, has been on the slide. But there is some news on the horizon. FANTOM is launching canonical stablecoin supported by Circle and Wormhole. The FANTOM Foundation is launching its stablecoin to boost liquidity, backed by Wormhole and Circle. Now, I think this is the very first time I've covered FANTOM on the channel. In fact, in all the time we've been streaming, I don't think we've ever really covered Phantom. So this is a first. Maybe this is a sign of things to come. Maybe it's a good thing. Phantom will launch its stablecoin USDCE, backed by Circle and Wormhole, with potential benefits to users and developers. In an April the 4th announcement, the Phantom Foundation stated that the stablecoin will be rolled out on April the 5th with support. This is good. Now, again, chains over time are going to combine together. And whether they're going to combine together as a merger, it's one way of doing it, or if you go down the Polygon route with the AG layer, these chains will still be independent, but will pool liquidity between them. If you look at Chainlink, Chainlink has CCIP that allows for interoperability between chains. So the future for me, for things like Phantom and these sort of kind of like previous bull run sexy layer ones or layer twos or whatever it is, projects from the in the world that allows them to survive. So the way I talk about that is, how do you describe to somebody in one sentence what Phantom is, or what Ethereum is, or what Solana is? Or if I said to you, what is Solana famous for? You would quite be within your rights to say meme coins, or a mobile phone, or bonk, whatever. If I said, what's Ethereum famous for? You could say it's the biggest smart contract platform. You might say Vitalik. You might say lots of things. If I said to you, what is Phantom famous for? And you say it's got really cool names for its apps. I mean, it's not really a reason to go and use Phantom, is it? So it hasn't got, in my opinion, a position in the crypto space that's going to keep it going in the long run. You know, the development dropped off from Phantom some time ago. The buzz around it fell off, and it can reinvent itself because we are so early. You know, there are names of projects coming up now that we haven't heard of for 2 years. So I'm not saying it's over for Phantom. What I'm saying is it needs to reinvent itself. And one of the ways to do that is to bring liquidity to Phantom. For me, Phantom would be great for DeFi, great for NFTs. It's a cheap blockchain. Like I say, it's got sexy names for things. It's got cool graphics, but it needs to bring adoption to itself. And having this stablecoin is great. The move to launch the stablecoin has been lauded across social media spaces by its community. Notably, excuse me, the asset joins the list of stablecoin rolled out amid a tight market. Per the release, liquidity fragmentation for users in the ecosystem is an important use case for the stablecoin. The asset will leverage Wormhole's native token transfer NTT to boost availability. This initiative reduces liquidity fragmentation, introduces stability, and provides additional on-ramps onto the ecosystem. Again, my argument is, if you are a user and you don't understand crypto and you have your MetaMask wallet and you go to use or go to play a game on the Phantom network, you don't care how your dollars gets into that game. If you need to buy an NFT to play it, or, you know, if you earn from the game and you make $3 or $4 from playing the game, you don't care how the money comes out. All you care about is connecting your wallet and it all working for you. And that's the challenge we're trying to solve at this moment in time. Interoperability, pooled liquidity, connectivity between layer 2s and layer 1s. That's the next step. We have got 60 or 70 different spiders webs. And from people like Chainlink and Wormhole, we're trying to connect all of those spiders webs together. It's like at the minute, it's like having the internet in 60 or 70 different countries and they're not connected to each other. And you've got to do a dial-up in Turkey to get onto the Turkey internet. You've got to call Russia to get onto the Russian internet. That's where we are at the minute with crypto. It's very difficult, even for somebody in crypto, to move funds around. And that liquidity issue causes problems. So for me, this is great. It's great for Phantom. If they can build on this, great. We need We need a wide and varied array of blockchains, but they need to have a purpose in life. So as far as I can see, great news for Phantom. Very quickly then on price action, what we've got 15 minutes. Actually, we've got plenty of time. Again, more hieroglyphs from Brogan. Let's get rid of these hieroglyphs. Here we go. Now again, I've never drawn a Phantom chart on here, so this is the first time I've ever brought it up. If we go all the way back to the heyday of Phantom, the price was way up in the clouds. It was way up at $3.30. We're currently at 80 cents. So what have we lost? 75% of our value. And we're just approaching the bull run, and we are starting to see the seeds of recovery. Again, we talk about the hitbox for when was the best time to buy Phantom. Well, the hitbox for me is always this red area. These are always the best times to pick up the tokens. If you believe this token is going to be a success, not every single coin that has this kind of price action is going to recover. But if you like the project, if you like Phantom, or if you like Cardano, if you like Solana, then this is the area that you buy those coins in, where it finds its bottom after the bull run. It's in the bear market, it's bouncing around. Now, what Phantom has done, if we go back to the daily chart for a second, what Phantom has done, like a lot of coins, it's come back above its own support band, and it's been doing these lovely little retests of the support. We came up, we found some kind of resistance at $1.20, and now it's making its way back down. So what I expect to happen is, as this curves up like this, I expect us to see another move up like that. So I expect us to come down probably to about 68 cents, 67 cents, something like that, before we move back up. That's what I think, simply because it's honouring the charts. It looks good. It's got a nice pattern to it. This goes back to October. October really was when the pre-bull market started. We didn't know at the time. We didn't know whether it was an ETF pump, but we appear to have seen the bull market start, or the pre-bull market start in October, the end of October. Lots of coins have followed this path. Some are above its moving average, others are below, like XRP that we've covered. So for me, I am never going to hold Phantom. I did hold Phantom for a very short space of time. Probably about 18 months ago, I held Phantom. It would have been probably around here. I think I owned Phantom about here. And then I sold out about 60 cents. So I sold out about here. So I caught that local top, and I haven't bought back into it since, and I don't intend to. But that doesn't mean this isn't going to be a good project. I would actually recommend that you go and have a look at the Phantom apps and things like that. It's pretty cool to watch, pretty cool to look at, and I think as a kind of a research exercise into doing your own research, it's nicely themed and it's easy to read. It's easy on the eye. I'd certainly go and have a look at Phantom. Now then, we're going to have a look at Zeus, and we're going to have a look at price action of Zeus. And the reason is, as we covered with Wormhole, which we should probably bring up again, just to show you, Wormhole kind of did what we said it was going to do. And I think Zeus is going to do the same thing. So we'll look at the charts in a second. Now, Zeus, for those of you that don't know and haven't seen my videos, I've made videos about Zeus. I've made about 3 or 4 videos about it. Zeus has a dApp called Apollo. Yes, it's got that kind of theme. Apollo is going to connect Solana to Bitcoin. And I am massively bullish on it if it works, bear in mind. Now, yesterday the token launched. You could claim your tokens if you were part of the Jupiter voting. You could claim the tokens. The price has done nothing like what I expected. I said the token price should be 10 to 30 cents. At one point, it was at 85 cents. I think right now, as we're speaking, maybe 65 cents. We'll have a look at it in a minute. But I also expected to get more tokens than any of us did. So even though the price is 3 times higher, we got a third of the tokens that we expected. So it does kind of equate to the dollar amount that I expected, just not in the way that I expected. They also announced on the same day as the token launch that they were getting an $8 million raise to enhance the interoperability. Again, this is one of these things where it's not live. It's not a project which currently works. They're still building it out. They've got their alpha phase now currently live. You can go and test for them. So it's not live. So this coin is deeply, deeply into the speculative category. And we need to see it working before we can see where the real value is going to be. But they did get an $8 million raise led by Mechanism Capital. And let's go down here to give you a little bit of information. So Zeus's mission revolves around establishing a robust interoperability layer for Solana, connecting it to Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, etc. But Bitcoin is its main goal. The component of the project Apollo aims... So Tariq, good morning everyone. Am I late? You are late. You are 51 minutes and 50 seconds late. I've even given you a shout out today on the stream. So you are late, Tariq. But doesn't matter. You've joined us just as we're talking about Zeus. So Apollo aims to aggregate Bitcoin liquidity onto Solana, enabling Bitcoin holders to engage with Solana-based decentralized applications, dApps. Remarkably, Apollo has already attracted 40,000 users globally within just 4 days of its user trial phase. The fundraising saw participation from a diverse group of investors. There is broad support for Zeus. You've got to remember, Solana is what, the 4th, 5th biggest chain in the world. You're connecting Solana to Bitcoin, which is the biggest blockchain in the world. It's going to cause a buzz. We've talked before about other layer 2s on Bitcoin that are going to provide DeFi and possible yield bearing. That's what we want. We want to tap into the liquidity of Bitcoin without putting it at risk and earn a yield from it. That's what we want to get to in one way, shape or another. Good morning, Solo Sky. Welcome to the stream. So the combination of institutional and individual investor support reflects a highly optimistic outlook on the Zeus network. So here we go. So the network's initiatives coordinate blockchain interoperability development, leveraging Solana virtual machine, holds significant potential to advance the functionality of the Solana ecosystem and beyond. As adoption and scaling continue, the project is expected to catalyze opportunities for this. We don't need to run any more of that. The issue for me is it has to work. And it has to work and it has to be safe. And I think I said in my video that even when it goes live, I am not likely to use it for a good 6 months because there are bound to be bugs. There are bound to be hacks. There are bound to be issues with the project. And I don't want to put any Bitcoin at risk. So I'm going to sit there and watch it work for the next, I don't know, 6 months when it goes live. Price action then. I couldn't find the chart on CoinMarketCap. On TradingView. So we're on CoinMarketCap. The price of the token is 74 cents. I expected, like I said, between 10 and 30 cents. We only got about a third of the tokens we all expected. So it kind of equates to about 25 cents. Kind of falls in the range that I expected. A market cap of $124 million. But, and this is the big one, this project has only launched with 16.75% of its tokens. So its fully diluted market cap comes in at $743 million. That's a decent market cap for a project that isn't currently live. So in my opinion, I think the project is slightly overrated in terms of price action, even though the market cap is 124 million. You've got to look at the fully diluted market cap. That's where the real valuation comes from, in my opinion, because there are 1 billion tokens. It is valued at 74 cents. So that does give it a $743 million market cap, in my opinion, irrespective of what is available on the market. Now, the second issue is, as these tokens start to get released, that will put sell pressure on the market. So your tokens will devalue over time. That's the issue. Now, I know they're offering staking rewards in the future. I know that you can stake your Zeus and you can earn a yield and you can earn a percentage for transactions. I know all of that. So that additional 80% of supply isn't going to come out today or tomorrow like Arbitrum did. It could take 5 or 10 years for it to come out. And that is something that can be absorbed by the market. But I still think $125 million for a project that isn't anywhere near live is still a little bit high. However, if it was valued at $50 million, I would be telling you what an absolute steal the project is, and you should certainly look at it. But these tokens were given to you for free if you voted, so it's one of those win-wins. And as I've said, I am not selling these tokens. I'm going to hold on to them. I think I only got 130 of them anyway, but I'm going to hold on to them. If the price drops to 30 or 40 cents on a dip, then I will probably top up my supply of Zeus, maybe get to 300 or 400 Zeus, and then wait, see how it goes, see how the market transpires. It's a really new project. The coin only went live yesterday. It is going to be listed on the exchanges that you are watching on as well. This isn't a coin that's just going to be available on decentralized exchanges. This is going to become a coin listed on centralized exchanges, especially with the market cap. So keep an eye out for it, but certainly keep an eye on the price. I don't think we're going to stick at this price for much longer. Now, I'm going to give you a comparison. I said I would, and that comparison is Wormhole. And we did use Pi as a comparison as well, but we're going to try and bring up the Wormhole chart because it's only W. I think the coin is only called W, which is this one. Let's get rid of some of these while I give you a comparison. And again, these are very new coins, so you have to bear that in mind when you look at them. Now, what I think is going to happen with Zeus and with the other coins that are launched, these coins tend to do this, okay, that kind of movement. So that's what it looks like with W, which hasn't gone through that phase yet. If I show you dupe, again, this is going to show it you in a better light. Let's make it the daily chart. Now, forget the current price movement down. We know why that's happened. But the same thing, Wormhole, very similar, and we're currently there on Wormhole. That is going to happen with Wormhole. So the price peaked at 150. We had this huge dip. We came all the way down, and now we've pumped all the way back up. Yes, we've got retracement because the tokens have been unlocked that were locked. It's going to be downward sell pressure. But when the second round of voting comes, expect this token to do this. And I have said all along, when the token was at 170, I said it's overvalued. 150 would be a good price to buy. It's at 132. That's still a good price to buy Jupiter. So all these new coins, what happens, what you have to understand, especially with Zeus, is these tokens are airdropped to everybody. And a lot of these people are not going to believe, are we actually going to be able to bring up Zeus? It wasn't available last night. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's just so new. It's going to be impossible to show you anything. It's only just gone live. With these new coins, they get airdropped to people. These people don't necessarily believe in a project. So what you see is you see the coin rip up from demand, the demand of people who believe in the project. They will buy this price, and then over a period of a few weeks or a few months, the people that were given this token for free sell, and the price will come all the way down here. It will then find a bottom, and that bottom is where supply and demand meet, and that's when it evens out. Now, I don't know where that price is going to be for Zeus. It could be 30 cents. It could be 50 cents. We don't know. But then what will happen when the sellers have finished selling, when the people with the airdrops have finished claiming the airdrops and selling them? Remember, you've got 2 weeks to claim. After that, it's done. So in 2 weeks' time on this coin, I would expect it to come down here, maybe a little bit further than that. It's difficult to draw on this chart. But if you ignore the price and you go off the graph, we're going to do this. And then we should see this. Now this pump will be caused by a spark. And that spark will be Zeus announcing the launch date of their connection to Bitcoin and Solana. It will be by a funding round. It will be by staking rewards. It will just need a spark. And that spark will cause the price to rise. Jupiter, if we just hit the back button, is it going to work? No. So Jupiter, what happened there? This is so slow today. So what happened with Jupiter? I'm going to cut it very short now. We've got to 12 o'clock. Okay, so launch day, massive demand, price fell off, found its level of buy and supply and demand. Then here is where the announcement came about voting, the voting for the projects. The price then started to move up, but it wasn't just the voting. That was the spark this coin needed to start to rise. Then the coin rose. People realized the value of it. We had more paper hands that were selling at this 160 range. Their paper hands brought it down here, and we had this pump. Now, this dump now has coincided with the tokens being unlocked from the vote and the Zeus announcement, the Zeus claim yesterday. The price is starting to fall. So what is likely to happen on Jupiter? Again, we're going to see this kind of action, and this will be the kind of the local bottom, and then this rise will be sparked by the voting round 2, and that could happen there, could happen anywhere, but that's what's going to happen with it. So a lot of these tokens that are airdropped follow a similar pattern, and that is the people with the paper hands, they're called, the people that don't care in the project, they want the free tokens, they cause all of this. This is the sell pressure which brings the price down. So when you see a token launch like Wormhole and you think, oh, I'm going to go and buy that token, don't buy it on day one. It's very rare a token just does that and goes up in a straight line. You are going to get sell pressure, especially if it's an airdrop token. You want to be buying here. If you think that was the 31st of January, 3 weeks later, it found its bottom. I think Zeus will find its bottom in about 2.5 to 3 weeks' time. Airdrop claims will have finished. The people that want to sell will have sold, and the people that want to dollar cost average in will start buying. And that will reverse this pattern, and then any bit of news, and we're off to the races on those tokens. So that's how I would play. That's how I would play that market. So that is pretty much it for the news. My final thoughts are, we've got 15 days to go. 15 days until the halving. We are going to see more volatility as we get closer to the halving. We're going to see people maybe try and push the price down. The closer we get to the halving, the more longs we're going to see. So we could see the price wick up to 74, wick down to 68 in the space of a day, in the space of 6 hours. We could see that kind of action. I think the closer we get, the more news is released about the halving. I think the more buy pressure will be put on the market by the ETFs. So I think we are going to float up and to the right with some mini little corrections, 1 or 2 or 3% here or there. I don't think we're going to see 56, 52,000 in the next 2 weeks. I think we're going to make it to the halving anywhere between $75,000, $85,000. That's my final thought. That's what I'm going to try and stick to. But to get there, we've got to get to 74,000. That's our next goal. Got to get above 70, hopefully in the next week, and then push up towards 74. And we could have a massive pump before the halving and then a small retracement afterwards. Remember, if we got to 80, 90,000 by the halving, the chances are we're going to be back at 76 by May as people profit take from that pump. And then we will do the slow climb over the next year towards, hopefully, incredible all-time highs. That's it. I am done. I've already made a video this morning about Apple. Go and check out that video. Make sure to like and subscribe to Crypto Warehouse. I am back live tomorrow. I will be on my own tomorrow. Brogan is off to a party of some description, so he will not be joining me tomorrow. I hope you have a great Friday. If I don't see you tomorrow, have a great weekend. You too, Mags. Thanks to you. Thanks to everybody that watches. Thanks to all the OGs. Take care. See you all in the morning.